Microsoft has just announced that they are raising the price on all of their video games. Everything that Xbox Studios is directly producing, from Forza to Fable to even stuff like Starfield, is now going to cost $70 instead of $60. And to be honest, this sucks. But let's start things off by talking about the details, looking at their statement, and then I want to discuss why this is just honestly so bad. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. Please, if you could, like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So here's their official statement that they've given to IGN that says this: Microsoft is raising the price on new first-party games built for the Xbox Series X and S, which is, essentially everything, to be $70. Forza, Redfall, and Starfield will be among the first to cost a full $70. This, honestly, even right at the beginning, right up front, this completely sucks. I play a lot of video games. I play a bunch of stuff day one. I review a lot of games, and to be quite frank, a lot of times, that $60 price tag to that $70 price tag, I'm constantly thinking about the cost of a game when I'm reviewing it. Is it a $40 indie experience? Is it a free-to-play game? I do feel like cost is a factor, especially with how broke everybody is now. So jumping, this literally is a 12% price increase for games that, maybe they look good, but dang, that is another price hike. It's just so expensive to do this hobby. But going back to it, beginning in 2023, games built for the Xbox Series X and S, including Forza, Redfall, and Starfield, are going to cost $70 at launch. While Xbox has noted that regional pricing may differ, it has not given the specifics, which means that essentially in some countries like Australia, a $70 game actually costs like 120 Australian dollars. This price reflects the content, scale, and technical complexity of these titles, a Microsoft spokesperson told IGN. As with all games developed by our teams over at Xbox, they'll also be included in Xbox Game Pass day and date at launch. Now, I'll be honest, I think that this statement tells us that we could be seeing a price increase to Game Pass. Microsoft released a statement here just a couple weeks ago while discussing things with investors, saying that the eventual plan for Game Pass is to bump the price up. Right now I think Game Pass is like $12 a month, $15 a month. It sounds like they want to try and increase it $1 or $2 here and there. And honestly, if they're trying to increase the cost of the games by 12%, I think in the short term, this $70 price tag is going to push more people to get Xbox Game Pass, because why the heck are you going to want to buy a $70 game when you can play it for $15 instead? But I do think that shortly after that, once the subscriber numbers really swell, Microsoft is going to increase the price of Game Pass. I know people in the comment section are getting mad. They're going to probably say I'm an Xbox hater, but wait. When they increase the price of Game Pass, because Microsoft has already said they're going to do it, when they increase the price of Game Pass, I want you all to just, shh, because this sucks. Honestly, I think Game Pass is legitimately the best deal in gaming. Xbox Game Pass is cheap. It's got hundreds of games on it. I actually have an Xbox downstairs in the living room on a big screen TV, and I just keep an Xbox down there, but not a PlayStation, because if people are coming over, I do feel like Game Pass, it's cool to be able to just pull up and install hundreds of random games. When me and my buddies are just sitting there chilling, eating some tacos or something like that, it's cool to just scroll through and install something random in co-op, something like, show them Dead Space or play something like Fusion Frenzy. Gosh, this price tag jump, in my opinion, it does completely blow. And honestly, I think it's pretty obvious that we're going to see Nintendo follow suit. It's very obvious to me that as it currently stands, this is sort of just a Microsoft and Sony problem. But very, very soon, Nintendo is going to realize they can get away with a $70 price tag. They're definitely going to do it. This price oh god, look at this. So here we go. This price increase is not surprising, given it that earlier this year Xbox Phil Spencer said that the company wanted be able to hold its prices forever, but the Xbox would not raise its prices ahead of the 2023 season. Xbox is also not the first company to have done this. Sony, Ubisoft, Take-Two Interactive have announced that their games are going to be basically $70 across the board going forward. And you know what? What else kind of annoys me about this is that, and I've talked about this in the past, so many of these games now try and push season passes and stupid DLC and extra little doodads and special deluxe editions and stuff like that. So like Callisto Protocol, I played Callisto Protocol this week and didn't particularly like it. Hello to all the new subscribers from that video. And what's weird about that is that that game is $70 by default, but if you get the deluxe edition, that's technically just a couple dollars more, with tax, it cost freaking $97. So if you buy a game that's $89.99 and then put that tax on top, it's ridiculous. That's my thing, is that once you have a $70 price tag, every piece of downloadable content or expansions and stuff like that makes it go from a $60 game in my mind to a $100 game. And to me, that's just, it's definitely not worth it. God, look at this. Freaking Sony did their price jack. Sony increased the cost of the PlayStation 5 by $50 not too long ago. And that's when Spencer was like, you know, we've managed to hold this price on our console. We've held the price on our games and our subscriptions. I don't think we'll be able to do that forever. I do think at some point we'll have to raise some prices on certain things. The cost increase of Game Pass is still what kind of sticks in my mind the most, because I'm never going to buy an Xbox game. I just, at this point, I do think that I'm going to keep Game Pass because I love being able to play the random stuff and the day-and-date experiences are great. But I don't like the idea of that cost going up. I mean, straight up, I hate the fact that Netflix keeps getting more expensive but has less good content. Hulu, HBO Max, and in a way, I do kind of think about Xbox Game Pass the same way I picture all these other subscription services. You're paying not just for the content that currently exists, but you're paying for the content that will hopefully appear soon. Jacking up the price of just your standard games and maybe later your Game Pass, all of this, in my opinion, blows. Microsoft, I feel like in a lot of ways, you guys are doing some smart moves. I think the Xbox Series X being so incredibly cheap is really getting people to jump to next gen faster. But really, this idea of trying to nickel and dime people, increasing the cost here and there as much as possible, especially because when PlayStation increased the price of games to $70, all these Xbox people were like pointing and laughing. Oh, Sony ponies in the $70 games. You guys have $70 games now too. This is an L for everyone. At least it is in my eyes. What do you guys think about this? Are you excited about $70 games? Is this not a big deal to you because you're just on the Game Pass bandwagon like I am? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and please do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. What a mess. I'm legitimately, I have a big review coming out tomorrow. I'm not allowed to say what the game is, but it's from a series I'm obsessed with, so that's your one hint. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.